Okay, well, I guess first things first. Don't be mad. I know I quit. Um, I'm smoking a cigarette. Sue me. So, why the video? Well, one, this would be an awful lot of stuff to type out. Two, typing it out would seem like an obituary, and it's not my thing. Um, and there's quite a few of you that I've never met in person before. Um, Hi, I'm Mark, by the way. Um, so I decided to do a video. You'll probably see a bunch of editing and film cutting. That's because I'm probably going to babble. I got cheat sheets, but they're not really going to help me because I'll still forget. Um, it's funny. I wanted to make a difference with this video instead of it being some sad thing. I wanted to see if I could make a difference, help people out, one last time. And I figured I'd talk about life. Um, yeah, I know. You don't have all day. Um, it's funny because when I first sat down to do this, I had my scruffy beard. I'm sure some of you have seen it, and it just didn't look right. And I went to go shave it, and as I'm sitting there unclogging my sink, I sat there and thought, well, first of all, guys, if you shave and you got a bunch of hair in the sink, unclog it. Especially if you got a girlfriend or a wife. I spent, after 5 minutes worth of unclogging my sink, I imagine girls get pretty mad having to do that every day. So do them a favor, pick your damn hair up. Anyway, so while I was sitting there pulling my hair out of the sink, hoping that the water was going to go down and I wasn't going to have to stick my huge plunger in my sink, it was a lesson I learned. And life's, to me anyway, it's about lessons. It's about lessons that you learn. It's about ones that you didn't learn that you should learn. Hopefully I'll stop saying so many times. This is only the 10th video I've taken. But life is about lessons to me. And it turns you into a different person. And that's a good thing. It shapes who you are, depending on what lessons you learn. I like to think that I took what I did in the past, which, I wasn't always the person that most of you know me as. I was in trouble when I was younger. I did a lot of bad stuff, and I like to think that I learned from it. I don't know, I guess that's not just for me to make the call on. But even the bad stuff in your life, you can learn from it. The bad things that happen, whether you do them or not, you can still learn from them. I've tried to, I still am. I plan on learning until I take my last breath. And you can take all those lessons and what you've learned and apply those throughout life. And they do help. It sounds stupid, sounds corny, sounds like I got it from some self-help book. I don't read those. You're not really helping yourself if you're getting the information out of a book anyway. Just my take on it. And in some cases, you can take those life lessons that you've learned and help other people. And you should help other people if you can. I mean, I'm not saying go and donating your whole entire paycheck to UNICEF or, the ASPCA, but the best help most of it's free. It's an ear, it's a shoulder, it's just talking to somebody, sharing an experience with them so they know they're not alone. Just giving them some insight. A lot of times, some of you have thanked me for helping you, and I've told you I didn't really do nothing. I just sat back and listened and kind of pointed out and reminded you of stuff that you already knew. Everything you need to help you is in here and in here. And sometimes we just need a reminder. And that's why I think it's important to help each other out. I mean, it's not going to change the world. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that, if everybody did that, the world would be a better place. Well, I'm a realist too. I know that that's not going to happen. But, if you can change one person's life or make one person's day better, and it only takes you a few minutes to do it, take the time out to do it. It'll make them feel better, and surprisingly, it'll make you feel better in the long run. I mean, it's helping people has always been my thing. That's why I wanted to become a doctor, is to help people. And although I didn't make it that far yet, it's still rewarding. Uh, I had the chance to be a counselor here in Wisconsin for a short time and share my experiences and help people. And I also was a youth counselor at the YMCA in Colorado, and that was one of the best jobs I've ever had, actually. It didn't necessarily help the kids out, with emotional problems or anything like that, but just kid problems that they needed help with, that you have experience with. You can show them how to get through stuff that is tough. Things are a lot different now than when I was a kid, obviously. Bullying is a bigger thing now, and a bunch of other stuff, but there's still those key lessons that you can help anybody out with, whether it's a youngster or somebody that's older than you that just hasn't learned that particular lesson yet. And I'm babbling, sorry about that. So anyway, the video, again, typing is not my thing. It used to be. For those of us that haven't met in person, this is me. And I guess in a way, in case something did happen at the Mayo Clinic, I just didn't want to leave things the way they were. Again, this is all random stuff in no particular order. But I don't want this to be a sad video, a feel sorry for me video. I don't like it when people feel sorry for me. I don't like it one bit. I'm not sad anymore about this. I'm not really angry about it. I've lived a full life, in my opinion. And you don't have to be old, 80, 90 to live a full life. That doesn't mean that you've lived a full life just because you've lived to be 100. I've done many different things. I've had many different jobs, many different experiences. No, I didn't get fired from them. I know what some of you are thinking. I just wanted to try to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And I learned a lot of things through those different jobs. Construction, all the way to being a chef, electronics. But there weren't just the trades that I learned in that. It was other life lessons I've learned, new people that I've met. And a lot of those life lessons I've learned, most of them have come within the last few weeks, believe it or not. It's hard to explain, but when you're put in a situation like this, stuff just kind of comes to you because you think about it quite a bit. And I guess I should explain that. I don't know that everybody knows this yet. I was trying to keep it from as many people as possible because I didn't want anybody feeling sorry for me, but uh, I'm sick. Um, I won't go into too much detail. Suffice to say that I'm going to the Mayo Clinic and I'm supposed to have some experimental surgery. I was supposed to have a date to be able to tell some people, let them know, but unfortunately, I haven't heard back from the doctors since a few weeks now, so I won't be finding anything out until I get there. Yeah, that's sad stuff. We don't want to get into that. Um, Again, I made this video for a few reasons, and being sad and people crying wasn't one of them. So if you're crying, knock it off. Um, I guess one of the reasons as well is I wanted to try to help people up until the very end, in case something did happen. This is my way of still helping. We all have problems. Everybody's going to keep having problems, whether or not I'm around. Uh, I wish that, I could trade my life and make everybody's problems go away, but I, I think the world would be pretty boring if everything was just easy. And some of us have actually met because of issues and problems and talking, and I wouldn't change that for the world. Quite a few of the people I've met in my life have made a huge impact on it. And it, it does change you as a person. It molds you into a different person, which is a good thing. Um, and that kind of means a lot to me. There's a lot of special people out there that you might have only had, I don't know, a dozen or less conversations with me, but you have had a huge impact on my life. And there's some of you I've known for many years, and we still haven't met. And you've made a huge impact on my life too. So I guess that's another reason for the video. It just wouldn't be right for me to just leave a typed message. Or, well, speaking of people that I've met, there's one of you. I used to be a really big guy because of some of the health problems that started. And I kind of owe somebody a picture of just how big I used to be. And since I don't have any pictures of that, I told them I would show them the biggest pants I had. So instead of taking the picture and trying to figure out how to hold the pants up and take it at the same time, this will just have to do. I don't know why I still have these, I guess as a reminder. These are the biggest pants I have. I didn't wear them, but I have another set, another pair. I can probably fit in one pants leg now. They're a size 62. I used to be a big guy before I had surgery to fix that, which is part of the reason why I'm going back there. I used to think that I would be happy with myself and the way I looked because I kept a pair of pants that I wore when I used to bounce at Washington Station. Some of you might remember that place, some of you might not. Some of you I might have carried out of there. And I thought about that, and you shouldn't let your looks be the judge of your happiness. You should be happy with who you are as a person. I got flappy skin still from the weight loss, and you should be happy with who you are. Big, small, tall, short, balding or bald, or full head of hair. If you're not happy with the way you look, do something about it, but don't let that be the judge of your character, who you are. You know, I got flappy squirrel skin, and I like to think I'm a good person. You know. So back to the making of the video. Uh, like I said before, I think that everything that everybody needs to fix themselves or fix a problem or get through an issue, it's all inside of you. Like I said, most of you who I've talked to that have had a problem, I just sat back and listened and just reminded you of things that you already knew that at the time you just didn't think about. You know, I'm the it'll be okay guy. A lot of you have heard me say that before, and it's true. Sometimes things take time, they don't happen right away, but in the end, it'll be okay. Doesn't matter what it is. You know, even in my situation, um, things are going to end up okay no matter what. And I will stick to that till my last breath. And along with that, and this is going to sound stupid, I don't know why I came up with it, but I wrote down a list of some of the most important things in my life that I've learned. And some of them sound corny, but I've been able to prove that they actually work, and some of them are true. They're in no particular order, and yeah, I wrote them down because otherwise I'd forget. Again, I think life is about lessons. I think, you know, the more we can learn, the better. You know, even if it's bad stuff, you know, you learn a lesson from a bad relationship or, you know, a car accident. You can still learn from anything. It doesn't matter. Good stuff, you learn from that as well. So I guess the lesson in that would be never stop learning. It doesn't matter if you decide to go to school and learn that way. You know, you can sit in a Walmart and just watch people interact and learn so much. Uh, that sounds kind of creepy. No, I don't do that, but I'm just saying, always learn. Learn from everything. And a good way to do that is to question everything. You know, if something doesn't work out, ask why. If it does work out, again, ask why. Learn from it. You can never learn too much. Um, well, no, this isn't a shameless plug. It's not coffee, it's tea. Anyway, believe in something. I'm not saying you should go run off and join a church. I'm not saying that if you do go to church, it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that you should believe in something, even if it's not a higher power or in God. You know, believe in yourself if you have to. But everybody needs something to believe in. Uh, Eventually, you know, even with the different types of religion and everything, I think it all boils down to um, you have to believe in something. Let's see, what's next here? Try new things. I always try new things, whether it be um, back when I was a chef, I tried different foods, trying different jobs. I tried to paint, you know, try stuff. You don't try, you'll never figure out what you like. You know, and once you do find something that you like, you know, whether it's cooking or painting or drawing or whatever it is, um, express yourself with that. I think that's another important thing is to express yourself. A lot of people don't do that. You know, if you want to sing and you like singing, go out and sing. If you want to draw or paint, do it. You know, even if you don't show anybody what you do or you sing in the bathroom, express yourself. I think that's something that not enough people do. What's next? Oh, have patience. Yeah. This one I'm going to sound like a nutcase on, but you got to have patience with people. We're not all the same. We don't all think the same, but you have a little patience with people and try to be as nice as possible and help out with you can when you can with them, whether it's just a smile or an ear or anything really. Again, like I said before, it's not going to change the world, but it'll make their day or their life even a little bit better. And in the long run, like I said, you'll feel good about yourself for doing it. At the same time, don't be afraid to ask people for help or show your feelings. Uh, Matter of fact, there's a few of you that actually taught me that. Um, the whole silly thing with, me being hopelessly in love with somebody, which turned out to be a bad thing. But, you know, if I didn't take that chance, I'd be sitting and wondering right now um, what would have happened. And to me, that would have been worse than sitting there bottling up my feelings or, the same thing with the asking for help. Uh, Ever since I was younger, I consider myself a pretty independent person, and it got to the point where I just had to get other people's opinions because I didn't know what to do. And I appreciate that, by the way, in case some of you didn't see that. It did help me out quite a bit. Along with that, don't be afraid to go after what you want in life, even if you don't get it. Um, Again, something else that a lot of you have taught me. Um, you got to take chances. You don't take chances, you know for sure you're not going to get what you want out of life. It's not going to happen. It's not going to fall in your lap. Um, some things you have to work hard for. Some things you can work as hard as you want, and you're never going to get them. But you'll never know that unless you take chances and you don't be afraid to go after what you want. Whether it's you know an object like a boat, or whether it's uh, I don't know. I guess that special person in your life. You can't be afraid. Yeah, I'll give you an example of that. Um, when I was small, little, and still using finger paints and crayons, which I still use them today, don't judge me. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer and be this rich guy, and then I got a little older and I ended up in court all the time and in juvie and seeing judges and all that. And I thought, well, being in court sucks. Why would I want to be a lawyer? And then I thought, well, it doesn't matter how much money you have either. I mean, sure, it comes in handy for vacations, but the best things in life are usually free. I know that sounds corny, you've heard it before, but if you honestly sit back and think about it, they are. Sunsets are free, sunrises are free, hugs, they don't cost anything. Well, depending on what building you're in, but we won't get into that. Um, but that changed my outlook on life. I wanted to have a family. I wanted to have kids. That was a really big thing with me. Um, but I'm getting off the topic here. My point is, if you want something, go after it. And if you don't get it, don't be disappointed. And well, unless there's a restraining order or laws that are going to be broken that are involved, don't give up either. Um, yeah, giving up is never a good option. Again, something else I've been noticing over the last few weeks that some of you have helped me learn. Be honest. That's another one. Even if it hurts, even when it's hard for you to be honest, do it. Um, Nothing really good comes out of a lie. I have yet to see anything good come out of a lie. So always be honest. And I think the last thing on here, I didn't do them in order. That's be the best person you can be. Again, that doesn't mean, go and give your paychecks to, some charity if you can't afford it, or, being the best you can be is just, it doesn't take that much effort, it doesn't take that much time. It just takes a little bit of thought. Again, it's not something that's going to change the world, but it'll help you out in the long run. So, yeah, my top, well, it was supposed to be 10, but I think I stuck a few more in there. That, in a nutshell, is like the base of how I tried to live my life after I figured out a lot of this, and hopefully it'll help somebody out there, even if it's just one of you, um, or even if it just gets you to think about things a little more. Then this, however many minutes it turns out to be, was well worth it. There's going to be a song after this. I haven't decided which one yet. Yeah, I know. I said I did my final performance already, but that's given up. And well, I'd be a big hypocrite if I told you all this stuff and then, you know, reason I haven't decided which one yet is because, as you can tell, my voice is it's going in and out. Um, Again, it's still quite a bit hard for me to play the guitar because of the weakness. I can't hold the chords down, but I'm not going to give up. And along with that, I hope you don't either. I think that's one of the main things that every time I've had a talk with somebody about something that's going on is to try to push for them to not give up, to show them the good out of everything, or that things aren't as bad as they think they are. Even when things are really bad, they're still not as bad as they could get. Things could be worse, much worse. They can always be worse. I know that doesn't cover every problem that can possibly happen, but these are just some of the fundamentals that I've learned that hopefully some of you can take and not have to learn the hard way, I guess, like I did. Not that there's anything wrong with learning the hard way, but well, I'll give you an example right here. For those of you that quit smoking, stay quitted. For those of you that are younger that were thinking about smoking or just started, this will eventually equal these and possibly cancer or an oxygen tank. So in some ways it's good to learn from other people's mistakes. So don't smoke. These are bad for you. I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to get into funeral arrangements or any of that other stuff because I don't know what's going to happen. And besides, I'm not having a funeral. If something does happen, I'm having a celebration of life. I'm not going to be sitting there with my eyes glued shut and makeup on and all that. I'll have my hat on. I'll be holding a deck of cards or a hand of cards. There'll most likely be a band playing. You know, that might be another reason why I made this video, is because I don't want people to remember me that way. I don't want people to remember me as an obituary or, um, me just laying there. I want people to remember me as me, who I am right now. The guy who fixes computers and will, cook dinner or lunch for you, or just be there if you need somebody to talk to. Uh, so, yeah, don't expect a funeral if something bad goes wrong. Uh, expect a party. Um, if everything goes well and I come back, expect a party. Um, but I just want everybody to know that I appreciate you being there for me. I appreciate the thoughts and the prayers, and I'm going to take not only those, but everybody with me. You're going to be there. Whether it's you're there physically or you're there just in my thoughts. And I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm going to say I'll talk to you later. Now that I've probably put half of you to sleep, it's time to wake you up. Again, I don't know what song I'm doing yet. It'll most likely give you a headache. If it does, I apologize. Not really, but yeah, I will hopefully talk to you soon.